Hey y'all, this is your K-pop auntie Carly, and I had a 3-hour long reaction to the entire album, and it got partially blocked. And by partially blocked, it means almost everywhere everyone watches. So, I don't know if it's because of the sheer quantity of copyright claimed content, but what I'm going to do is I am chopping it up into smaller videos of each and every song. If you want to watch the unedited, well, it's all going to be unedited. If you want to watch the unclipped version where I don't clip things apart, go down into that. In my description, I have the free link to my Patreon account. As in, there's a bunch of videos up on that Patreon link where you do not have to become a member to watch. I am, as of the recording of this little intro, downloading it right now. It's gonna take a while for a 3-hour video to download, but hopefully by the time you see this, it'll be there. And if you want to watch the unedited, the unchopped up version, it's right there in the Patreon free page. Otherwise, I'm going to tack this little thing here on the front of all of my chopped up versions of the video. So it will be my unedited thoughts. I just apparently have to chop it up because YouTube doesn't like that much copyrighted material in one place. All right, this is cutting to me in past self, completely unaware of this issue. This reaction is taking forever and that they need to eat. And I opened the window, well, the blinds, because the sun is actually on its way up now. Lonely street, and I got more coffee. And this is a kind of slower song. We got the teaser on this as well. Slower-ish, but it kind of drops, right? Just stuff it all. Nice. I like that quick snare. Clapping hands. This is one that I really do want to get into the lyrics on in particularly. Little auto-tune to distort his voice there, to kind of twist it. Stuff it all. Yeah, sudden ending. Sudden ending. Alright, lyrics. Here we go. And yes, I'm thinking about putting my hair up in a ponytail. back to Zaddy here. Let's see if we have a... Nice. Better on the translation. Oh, while walking on the street, falling down, I'm falling down, the street is desolate. Okay, so walking, falling, desolate street, empty, yeah. Oh, did it desolated? Yeah, that is a different tense. I just saw from the other where it isolated, it's so they could rhyme it. The street is desolated. That is different than, it's a different tense. Book editor, I'm sorry. I don't know if they're doing that on purpose just in order to rhyme, or if it's, desolated is not a verb, it is a state of being in and of itself. It's an adverb. So it's desolated. Let's see if that actually means something that they said it that way as opposed to desolate. Again, I black out. When there is a space, spaced out. The street is isolated. Okay, so they've got a lot of English getting interspersed in here. Again, I black out English. When there is a space, spaced out. The street is isolated instead of the street is this. Yeah, the street is isolated instead of it's an isolate street. Okay. So he's blacking out. Blacking out is something that you do when I have blacked out before. As opposed to getting knocked out. Well, I got knocked out and then I blacked out afterwards. That was not good. See a doctor. There's a spaced out. Spaced out. Man. I might have to check a different translation as well here. Again, all sorts of wordplay, I'm sure. And it doesn't help that the English is like just thrown in between there. Again, I black out when there's spaced out. Let me see if there is a different twist on this. Okay, so I did see another translation there that explained it a little bit more, but I'm going to keep it on here and maybe switch in between. I hate that I have to try this 3 times. 1, 2, no, back to the original way. Fine. Because the one that the translation helped me make sense of it a little bit more, they were translating it a little too far. Like, they were merging together the English and the Korean in a way that I'm not entirely sure that Stray Kids intended for it to be. Like, they're using different languages for the words to stick out, you know. So again, blackout. When there is a space, spaced out, and the other translation is, again, I black out. When there's time, I space out. So when I'm given that space, it's kind of, I'm guessing the wordplay going on in between spaced out and space is, you know, they wanted to use the word space to have that wordplay, but, you know, when there is space, when I am given time, I space out. Which is not blacking out, but I get it. I get, blacking out, you lose time, you lose where you are, you're just like, you're lost. That's what, yeah, I didn't know where I was after I blacked out. See a doctor. So yeah, I'm losing time, I'm losing, like, sense of what's going on around me. You know, when I have time, I space out. When I have the space to, I'm just like brain gone. The street is isolated. You know, rhyming with the street is desolated. The street is isolated. So he is on an isolated, desolated street. A desolate being, it is a little bit different than isolated. Isolated is, you are like a isolated island, you know, that is, you are, if you go out to an island all by yourself in the middle of the ocean, that is isolated. However, a street can be in the middle of a crowded city, and all of a sudden you come across this desolate street where there's nobody there. Even though there's a lot going on around, there's that one street just happens to be desolate. No one is there. So it's saying it's both. It's both isolated and desolate. Still astray, astray, astray. Just stuff it all, because I'm gonna go my way. And I'm guessing they're keeping their G rating. I will also keep my G rating on this video and go ahead and say that Bang Chan is saying F it all. Just F it all. I'm going my way, you know. And yeah, they're definitely, it sounds as well that, I mean, they're stray kids and they're saying they're still astray. You know, it's not like they have yet to find a home. It's not like they've settled down. You know, stray kids all around the world, you make stray kids stay. Well, they're still, they're still astray. And stay is helping them stay, but they're still wandering a bit, you know. It's not like they've found that home. And when I originally saw the teaser and saw like the MV, I don't know if we're gonna get the full MV or not, or just that teaser, but we'll see what the lyrics wind up being, but it left me with the feeling of like the pandemic feeling of performing in front of well, not performing in front, but there being just empty stadiums, a bunch of empty seats, and like that would make me kind of feel like this astray thing is like all of a sudden this thing happened and they weren't able to be in front of stay anymore. They weren't able to do this anymore, and it kind of put them astray. You know, it kind of made them feel astray. Night that I see with my eyes closed. Nothing can be seen anyway. But at night, I mean, you close your eyes, it's dark, blackout. So night that I see with my eyes closed, nothing can be seen anyway. So there's this darkness. Eyes are closed, can't see anything anyway. What did I expect? It's the same even if I open my eyes. So can't see anything with your eyes closed, can't see anything with your eyes open. It's all darkness out there. It's just dark. Not even a stray of light here. It is an isolated road. The street light that was long broken. References, y'all. References. So we have I'm still astray. Not even a stray light. All sorts of word puns going on here. It's an isolated road. So, yeah, that is different than the desolate road. You can have a well-lit, desolate road in the middle of a city. Say, hey, this is an isolated road. This is a road out in the country where there's no streetlights. The streetlight, or can still be in the middle of a city, and the streetlight that was long broken. The streetlight doesn't work anymore, and you say streetlight, and you automatically think of Changbin's song Streetlight. Not even a stray light here. It's an isolated road. The streetlight that was long broken. All darkness, y'all. Bottom of the shoe that is all worn out, footsteps erases not long after. So they've been walking for so long that the tread on their shoes are all worn out, footsteps erased not long after. No, that's footsteps just, unless you're walking in a snowy field, your footsteps just, they're gone. I mean, they're gone. I feel like I'm going to collapse from being tired. I think I cannot go further. And I guess that relates back to the tread being worn off of your shoes. You've been walking for so long, the tread is worn off your shoes. I feel like I'm going to collapse. I'm so tired. I think I can't go any further. You took a lot of things from me. Here is the last way that I walk. You took a lot of things. I'm going to see what. Okay, I'm going to see if there's a different translation to this. You took a lot of things from me. Here is the last way that I walk. I don't know if that's the last path that I walk, so hang on here. Let me bring up another. Yeah, the other translation does have that same basic kind of thing. You took a lot from me. Like, you took a lot of things from me. You took a lot from me. You took a lot out of me. And here is the last way that I walk. And that's kind of, I'm guessing, going back to just being tired and exhausted. Like, this took a lot out of me. This road, this path. Like, maybe, because the IN where's my, I just said there, I don't think I can go any further. I'm so tired. And Han follows it up with, you took so much out of me. Like, maybe, I don't know if maybe is implied there, but he's saying, hey, this is the last way that I walk. This is the last path. He's kind of going further than I maybe a little bit. This, so much was taken out, but this is it. Don't try to console me now. I'm still on my way. Okay, so on the other hand, Lino is saying, hey, don't try to console me. I'm still coming. Like, I'm still on my way. I'm still doing it. I'm still walking. Well, walking in the street, falling down and falling down. The street is desolated. A blackout. There's a... Okay, so I get a little bit, like, as their songs go on, like, the meaning kind of evolves a little bit, because now, like, we started out with this, but now they're talking about how exhausted they are. It's just, like, the work, the path is exhausting, and it's taken so much out of them. So now they're saying, while walking down the street, falling down, I'm falling down, and now I'm getting the imagery of them falling down, not because of, like, this try-fail cycle, but because they're so exhausted that they're just tripping and they're falling over themselves. Like, I've done that before. It's been a long time probably since I've been so tired that I tripped over my own feet and fell over, but you get that idea. Not only that, but like they're walking down all by themselves, exhausted on this desolate, lonely, isolated street. Which makes it worse, you know, it makes it worse because you don't have anybody to have that. We get clapping in the, oh, I gotta listen for it now, in the soundtrack, there's clapping, like, there's nobody to clap them along, it's desolate, it's isolated, the stadiums are empty, again, I black out, because, and yeah, when you are so exhausted, but you still have to keep going, you do that kind of thing, like, if you have ever been driving somewhere, that you drive every day, and you're extremely used to the path, it kind of freaks you out, but you will space out sometimes, like driving to or from work, to or from school, and all of a sudden you're in your driveway and you're like, oh shoot, I don't even remember getting here. Because you're just on an autopilot, you were spaced out because you're just like, it's usually when you're tired, when your brain is like, I'll get you home, don't worry about it. Yeah. Every day and night I'm walking. Night that I walk alone is even darker. Yeah, the isolated, the desolate, the having nobody there, that empty stadium. The nights that I walk alone are even darker. Even if I feel lonely, the lone king. So like I'm still the king. I'm still the king of this space. Like even if I'm lonely, I'm the king of loneliness. I'm the lone king. Draw out your knife. I draw my own road. True. Okay, that's another one where I'm going to have to check another translation because I'm thinking that is a wordplay I'm not getting. Hang on. Okay, so the only thing I got out of the other translation is that they're not exactly the same words, but there is a pun going on there. Like if you see up here, we have call and, and, yeah. So there's a pun on words going on here, but they're not the exact same word. It was pull out my knife, not pull out your knife. The other one had my knife. So pull out my knife. I draw my own road, and a knife, like, let me know if you know the original Korean. It could be a weapon, it could be knife as a weapon, it could be knife as a tool, and I am familiar with styluses. Styluses are, they're not knives, but they're kind of along that line. Pull out your stylus, your pen, and draw my own road, true. Let me know if in the Korean, if the knife could possibly have any relation to a stylus for a drawing. Because a stylus is a sharpened point that the ink comes down on. I head towards the sunset, but I'm blue. I can't see even with the moon. Okay, so heading towards the sunset, and the sunsets are pretty and everything, but I'm blue, which I'm guessing is depression, down. I'm down, like it's all beautiful and everything, but I'm downcast. I can't see, even with the moon, so yeah, sunset, pretty, everything, but that also means the sun is setting, and I'm kind of a little bit down because that means the night is coming, and I can't see. Even though the moon is up, I still, like, I can't see, which is a little bit of a double as well. Either the moonlight isn't enough to see by, or like more of a symbolic I can't see. I can't, even though there's enough light because of the moon to see by, like I still, like I can't see what I'm doing, as in metaphysically, existentially, the state of human existence, existential. I can't see. Still astray. I feel like I'm going to collapse from being tired. I think I cannot go further. And that's where we're getting the clapping. You took a lot of things from me. Here's the last way that I walk. Don't try to console me now. I'm still on my way. Okay, so the ode of, hey, we're still astray, we're still wandering, we're still going down this road, there's still darkness, we're still kind of a little bit alone, and yeah, lonely, it's a lonely street, and we'll have to see what they come out with the MV, but I do feel pandemic a little bit with that one, with the empty stadium that the teaser had, and I can imagine that groups like Stray Kids, or just groups in general, who are so into the fan base, and the fan base is so into them, and not being able to be in front of, to be with the fan base, to be interacting in that person-to-person level, that it kind of probably, made them feel astray again a little bit, lost their bearings, made them feel like they were going down this lonely, dark, desolate street all by themselves. And maybe there's this kind of clapping going on in the background a little bit, but it's still there. They went through a couple of years there where they might have felt like they were cast astray again. Let's bring it back, boys. So I kind of get that vibe off of it. 2 hours. If y'all are still with me, kudos. Next song. Okay, track 6 of 7. My hair is up. That means I'm down to business. And this is one of the ones that we hadn't heard a lot of. It was in the mashup a little bit, but and by the sounds of it, they're gonna switch it up quite a bit, because it wasn't Felix in here rapping. And we got a nice melodious guitar. The guitar in the background, it says like two guitars. Is that Sugman? Sounds like something Sugman would like to sing. Nice. Ooh, those two guitars, that sounds so nice. Totally sounds like a Sugman song. IN. I know this is a unit song. I forgot who was in it. I'll figure it out with the lyrics. Ooh, nice. Just the drums. Simple musical accompaniment. I like it. Get some, just a strong vocal song.
따뜻한 온기로 얼어붙었던 내 맘도 녹아 얼어있던 네 맘을 이제 녹여줄게 Cause I'm right here waiting for us 때로는 두려워서 다시 오지 않을 것 같아서 두 손 꼭 잡은 채 그 어떤 순간이도 저와도
I just remembered, I thought Felix was in this one. That's Muddy Water. I was looking at the next song after this is Muddy Water, and I think that's the one he's in. This is definitely the music. I like the musical accompaniment, and the vocals are just friggin' strong. Friggin' strong vocals. Very nice, very nice. Another one that's not on my top per se. I kind of like the kind of more hyper hip hop versions songs in here, but yeah, definitely a strong one. And let's get into the lyrics because, dude, Stray Kids and lyrics. Let's get it. All right, I like that they have vocal line in here. Let me actually just check and see. Yeah, that's just the channel putting a vocal line in there. It would be fun if this is the new vocal line that they they get the rap line, we have the vocal line, Bang Chan's in both, and all of a sudden Lino's in the vocal line. Check it out. That would be fun. Okay. Yeah. Musically, for me, middle of the road. Just because not exactly my style, but it's kind of my style. It's kind of there. I like the acoustics type stuff. And they usually grow on me the second time on the listen through, especially as I get into the lyrics. Waiting for Us makes me automatically think of Lonely Street. Waiting, lonely. And waiting, Lonely Street. Like, I don't know that it necessarily fit in with the entire theme of the rest of the song with whole maniac and everything. Unless you're thinking of it as like going down that path of loosening the screws is a lonely path to take, because there's not a lot of people taking that path with you. But I feel like there was a lot more of the kind of, let's see if these two correlate more, the Lonely Street and the Waiting for Us, and it isn't necessarily in the whole screw loose theme. We're gonna have an ad pop up over the lyrics just in time for them to come on screen. Running in the covered time, miss you. And we're gonna have a rough translation to running in the covered time. Running in the time allotted me, miss you. I'm gonna check out another translation, hang on. Okay, I'm going to use this other translation for the time bidding. I ran ahead a little bit in the other one, and it is it is one of their Zaddy's channel kind of is a little bit hit and miss sometimes, depending on who I think they're a team and who translates it. This one it looks like it's less literal, less choppy. Okay, so I'm running in the hidden time. I miss you. It doesn't have the punctuations Eddie did, but I'm running in the hidden time. I miss you. And I that automatically does give me a little bit of pandemic feel right off the bat. Again, running in this hidden time. It feels like the last couple of years that we've lived these lives that are primarily hidden away from one another. And again, especially somebody like Stray Kids, who are very involved in their fan base and love being out in front of fans. They probably feel like they've been hidden and they miss Stay.
여진 시간 속에 뛰는 난 그대가 보고 싶다.
The light at the end of the winter approaching. The light at the end of the winter is approaching. Hang in there for one more day, you and me. And yeah, the winter is generally known as shorter days. You know, it's colder, it's darker, the days are shorter, so the light is at the end is approaching, kind of that light at the end of the tunnel. The days are going to get brighter and warmer and longer, so hang in there one more day. And it's like literally as this is being released, it's, you know, the daylight saving time in the US is changing, and it gets to be around this time of the year, especially in like northern climates, and there are plenty of places more north of me, but you start to see a real literal lengthening of the day. Every day you do start, the sun starts rising a little bit sooner and setting a little bit later, and you see the change in the season really, really apparently. Okay, one more day, a little more light, a little more warmth. To bloom, it's blowing. I missed meeting you. Yeah, I think this is definitely pandemic related. Just wait one more day. You and me, what was the previous one? Hang in there, one more day. You and me to bloom. You and me are gonna bloom. Like it's blowing. That wind is blowing. I missed meeting you. I think, yeah, it's a song for Stay, I do believe. Feeling alive. The day the petals fall, I will be waiting. The petals, that's flowers. Flowers are coming back again. Spring is coming back again. Petals are coming back again. And spring and summer. So I'll be waiting. I'm here always. Yeah, it definitely feels like a song for Stay and saying, dude, we missed you guys over the last couple of years. I'm here. Like, I haven't gone anywhere. I'm here. But kind of like that last song as well, I do think that they relate a bit. I wonder if the cold days were hard. Do you think I don't know how you feel? Totally, yeah. I'm sold on it being a pandemic song. I wonder if the cold days were hard. The cold days being, a couple of different things. The cold days, and they were in like this kind of freeze. Their world was kind of on halt, not being able to go on tour. They did a lot of interactions as they could, but there was kind of this winter that they went through, and as well as just the pandemic in general was this kind of winter phase in a lot of people's life. So he's probably saying two things. I wonder if like our absence was hard for you, and I wonder if just kind of your life during these past couple of years was hard for you, and Lino wanting to talk to you guys. And it's saying at the same time, do you think I don't know how you feel? It's like, dude, I get it. I totally get it. I feel that absence too. We had that winter too. You were the light in the shade. Stick it out so you can hold my hand. It's like, yeah, you, like, all along, all through that darkness, all through that loneliness, all through that light, that winter, like, you were the light in that darkness, in that shade, that perpetual shade that we were in. Stick it out, stick your hand out so you can hold my hand. Because I'm right here waiting for us. I like that. Sometimes I was afraid. I don't think I'll ever come again. Sometimes I was afraid. Maybe I didn't think this would ever come again, as maybe the better, let me know. Sometimes I was afraid that I didn't think like this time would come again. And I like, because that's all in English, so in the front end, so I can, like, that is all intentional. I know that translation. That is English. um, because he uses two different pronouns. Book editor. Because I'm right here waiting for us, which is cool because there's an I. The I is Bang Chan, and there's an us. The us is Stray Kids and Stay. I'm right here, and I'm waiting for us to come back. I like that. I like that. With one, that's a continuation for the last line. Yeah, no, sometimes it's a phrase. I don't think I'll ever come. I didn't think this time would ever come again. With one's hands clasped together. I didn't think this time would come again of our hands being able to be clasped together. Like, the winter was so long, I didn't think that this moment would come. That kind of a feeling where we'd be able to hold hands again, like Lino was saying. No matter what moment comes, I won't let you go. So yeah, no matter if this kind of stuff happens again, like, dude, we're not gonna let you go. Cool. As much as you've waited, I'll never let you go. I'm all copied out. So they're saying we recognize that you've waited for a long time for us to come back, for us to be able to be together again, but never letting go, never letting go. After a long wait, the cold air is over, winter's gone, nice. They're coming back. Definitely a needed song at this time, huh? My heart that was frozen with warmth melts. Too, I'll melt your frozen heart now. Translation. The translation is right. The sentence structure is off. My heart that was frozen with warmth melts. Warmth melts my frozen heart. Or warmth melts my heart, which was frozen, and I will also melt your frozen heart now. Okay, so that's like a reciprocal thing. It sounds like you all melted my heart because we got Freeze. Is one of the songs about thawing out a frozen Stray Kids. So we could have double meanings going on here. Yeah, you thaw out that monster inside of you, but then again, we have kind of a double meaning perhaps of, like, I was frozen in time and you are the one melting me, you're the one thawing me out, and in return, like, maybe I can also be there for you and help to thaw you guys out, help to get you unfrozen from your winter. Because I'm right here waiting for us. Sometimes I was afraid. I didn't think we'd ever come, this would ever come again. With our hands clasped together, no matter what moment comes, I won't let you go. And let me know if that pronoun is plural or singular with one's hands. It says one's hands. One's hands could be praying. Our hands would be holding hands. The day we laughed face to face. As much as you've waited, I'll hug you with my whole body. Big bear hug. Lino. Sundry Lino is coming in with a big bear hug, y'all. Alright. Bear hugs from Lino. Love it. Okay. Let's get into the last song. Okay, diving right into muddy water. I refilled my water. It's nice and clear. Done with my coffee. Too much coffee. Okay.